Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, presided over a virtual mulaqat with MTA Ghana Studios staff and volunteers on Saturday. Following dua, a presentation was delivered on the history and facilities of the studios.
Wahab Adams Studios is MTA's first purpose-built studio and also MTA's largest studio outside the Markaz. Over the years, we have had a cordial relations with GBC, that's the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, and we have provided training for hundreds of their staff. And in exchange, an agreement was signed that they will give us time slots on the national TV for our programs to be aired. Dear Huzur, since 2019, we have been translating the sermons of the beloved Khalifa, Aidallah Ta'ala bin Nasr al-Aziz, into two major languages in Africa, namely Twi and Yoruba live, among other translations. Dear Huzur, this is the aerial view of the Wahab Adams studio, and as you enter, on the left and on the right, you have our lawns and gardens. So this is the main reception area, the first point of reception when any guest comes. So we have our bookshelf, and also it is this area that we have our sign-in and sign-out system just in consonance with UK. Here is the admin and programming office, and we have the office manager, the programming head, and also volunteers sit here for their research work when they come for their programs. Next to that, we have the Lejna office. Currently, Huzur, we have 3 full-time Lejna staff who are mainly working on the schedules. Huzur, this is our conference room where we usually hold our meetings with the central team and any other meetings that we have to hold. And this is the guest room, when the VIP guest room, people who are coming for programs, we sometimes accommodate them here. This is the post-production, the department responsible for video editing and all the edits that we have, the graphics and everything. And that cubicle there is the preview room.
After the presentation, individual team members were able to introduce themselves and receive guidance.
Assalamu alaikum, प्यारे हुजूर, मेरा नाम मिर्ज़ा साले अहमद है और मैं पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट में खिदमत की तौफीक पा रहा हूँ।
अच्छा, यहाँ कब से आए हुए हैं मिर्ज़ा साहब?
प्यारे हुजूर, आपने शफ़क़त फरमाई थी 2017 में, जनवरी 2017 में।
अच्छा,
4 साल हो गए अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
अच्छा, माशाल्लाह। कितने घंटे काम करते हैं रोज़?
प्यारे हुजूर, कोशिश होती है 10 घंटे कम से कम।
कितने? 2 घंटे, 4 घंटे, 6 घंटे, 8 घंटे?
प्यारे हुजूर 10 घंटे।
ठीक है, फिर तो अच्छी बात है। और कुछ फिलर वगैरह भी आप बनाते हैं?
जी प्यारे हुजूर, बनाए हुए हैं, कुछ फिलर्स भी बनाए हुए हैं।
फिलर भी मुख्तलिफ लैंग्वेजेस में होने चाहिए। फिलर होने चाहिए इंग्लिश में भी, चुई में भी, फांटी में, हाउसा में, और नॉर्दर्न लैंग्वेज जो है गोंजा वगैरह उसमें भी बनाए हैं, यूरोपा में भी बनाए, और अफ्रीका सारों को अफ्रीका को दिखा रहे हैं तो क्रेओल में भी बनाए। हर जगह होने चाहिए थोड़े बहुत, ताकि हर कौम के लोगों को पहुंच जाए आपका फिलर।
जी ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह ताला प्यारे हुजूर।
और उसमें फिलर्स में सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ सिंपल किस्म के फिलर बना दें, बल्कि मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म की कोटेशंस ले लें। कोटेशंस लेके उसमें मेरी भी मसीह इस्लाम की, या मेरे खुतबात में से, मेरी तकरीरों में से, मसीह इस्लाम के तफसीरों में से, हदीस में से, कुरान में से, और वो मुख्तलिफ़ वक्तों में आती रहें, हैं, 1-1, 2-2 मिनट के फिलर हों।
जी ठीक है प्यारे हुजूर।
और इस तरह हो कि पूरा वक्त कवर कर रहा हो। राइट?
जी इंशाल्लाह प्यारे हुजूर।
चलो नेक्स्ट।
Assalamu alaikum Huzur.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Abdul Mumin Muslim. I'm a volunteer presenter.
Presenter of which program?
Yes, of Inspirational Africans and Story Time with Kids.
Story Time for Kids. Acha,
Yes.
Germany studio is making quite good kids programs, so you should also try to make programs on that pattern or any other pattern which you deem appropriate for your circumstances and the condition and psyche of the people of Africa. Right?
Yes, we've recorded some of the programs for kids, so hopefully they'll be shown soon.
You need so many programs, some programs which can give some knowledge to the children about their religion.
Yes, Huzur.
And contemporary issues as well. Eh? Because nowadays, because of the media, children at the very young age are very much well aware of so many things. So you should also feed them according to our teaching and traditions, huh? Right?
Inshallah.
Okay. Next.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum, beloved Huzu.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Munira Aidu, and I'm the Lajna coordinator.
So you have been producing quite a lot of programs.
Yes, please. Yes, I coordinate the Lajna to produce those programs.
Sometimes I do watch your programs and they are quite informative.
Yes, please.
You are doing, Lajna is doing well. And although men are also, men should not be jealous, but Lajna is also doing well. Huh? Okay. Next.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yes, Saida Saiba.
Yes, sir. I'm a volunteer with production department as a camera lady. And again, I produce Craft Corner.
Acha, are you related to Yusuf Yasin Sahab?
Yes, sir. He's my dad. He's my father.
So, are you the eldest daughter of Yasin Sahab?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right. You were a very small child when I was there. Okay, next.
At the end, there was an opportunity for questions.
All right, beloved Uzur, I would just like to ask of your expectations from us for our subsequent programs and the subsequent years.
During this introduction, I have already expressed my expectations. You see, anyway, Ghana Studio is doing very well. But I want that this should be the best studio and the channel in Ghana in particular and in Africa in general. Right?
Inshallah.
So you should make your programs according to that.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, my beloved Uzu. With the inception of MTA Ghana, a lot of Ghanaians are watching MTA.
Do you have the data? Only to say that a lot of Ghanaians are watching is not enough. We should do some research and find out that how many Ghanaians are watching our television and which of the programs they like, so that you can give more emphasis on that program. And what type of programs do they need, right? So we have to do all this research.
Some of the youth and then our kids are glued to other channels because of entertainment. So what are some of the programs we can introduce to get them glued to MTA?
Now the people are becoming materialist. So obviously they will go to other entertainment channels where they see music and dancing and this and that, so which we cannot do. So we should present some good programs so they are attracted by these programs. And even you should do some research, make a questionnaire and distribute it to the different areas, in different pockets, in different cities, and different people of different backgrounds, so that you would know that what people want from you with regards to the religious programs or contemporary issues programs. So then you can make according to that. Although we cannot produce or show some music or dancing programs, but we can show some other programs which are of their interest. Right? So, but for that you will have to do some research. Make a team in different areas, different cities, different type of people. So if you get information from among those people, then you would know what to do. Right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, then now time is over. Even I have given you 5 minutes extra. I do say sahab. So Allah Hafizun Nasir. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The following day, a second virtual event took place. This time, a class with Nasirat in Australia. Huzur inquired about the ongoing Australian floods at the beginning of the class.
सिडनी में तो फ्लड आया हुआ है, रास्ते बंद हैं, घर डूबे हुए हैं, तो पहुंचे किस तरह आप लोग यहाँ?
हजूर दुआ की दरख्वास्त है।
अच्छा, तो वो सड़कें जो हैं पानी में डूबी हुई हैं या कुछ बेहतर हो गए हालात?
जी हजूर पानी में डूबी हुई हैं, और ख़ास तौर पे इस वक्त जो है जो रिपोर्ट है वो मस्जिद के करीब करीब की 3 तरफ की सड़कें जो है वो पानी में डूबी हुई हैं। लेकिन ये जो मेन रोड है रिच मस्जिद के साथ वाली, इसका थोड़ा सा एरिया जो है वो हमारी इतला के मुताबिक थोड़ा सा जो फ्लडेड है।
तो रात यहीं रहना लड़कियों ने?
हजूर क्लास के बाद हम ज़्यादा बेहतर असेस कर सकेंगे।
अच्छा, अगर कोई वो हुआ रास्ता रुक गया तो कोई आपने अरेंजमेंट किया हुआ है?
जी हजूर कोई हमारे पास मैट्रेसेस और बिस्तर हैं हमारे लजना का कंटेनर में। इंशाल्लाह ताला हम बहुत अच्छी तरह से अकोमोडेट कर सकते हैं।
मैट्रेस तो है, तो सुबह नाश्ता कराना होगा, रोटी खाने को लिए है कि नहीं?
जी हजूर रोटी का भी इंतज़ाम है।
अच्छा, ठीक
जी।
है, ठीक है।
Following tilawat and a formal session, the attendees were able to ask a series of questions.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, my beloved Hazur.
वालेकुम सलाम, क्या फरमाती हो?
My name is Ramina Tanveer Ahmed, and my question is, in any circumstances when a man is not available, can a woman slaughter an animal?
Yes, you can. If you have a courage to slaughter the animal, you can do it. No problem. But you should have one thing is that you use very sharp knife and then use your full force so that the animal should not be in pain. Immediately just slaughter it with one go. Huh?
Jazakallah.
So if you have a courage, you can do it. Who says that this is only the particular job of a man? Okay, next.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू प्यारे हजूर।
वालेकुम सलाम।
मेरा नाम आयशा तस्लीम है और मेरा सवाल ये है कि आप सहरी और अफ्तारी में क्या खाना पसंद करते हैं?
सहरी और अफ्तारी में क्या खाना पसंद करते हैं? जो मैं नाश्ता करता हूँ वही मैं सहरी में खा लेता हूँ, और जो मैं खाना खाता हूँ वही मैं अफ्तारी में खा लेता हूँ। हाँ, ये है कि अफ्तारी खोलने से पहले क्योंकि सुन्नत है खजूर खाना, तो खजूर खा लेता हूँ। हैं? तो बाकी तुम लोगों की तरह ना पकौड़े खाता हूँ, ना समोसे खाता हूँ, ना चाटें बनाता हूँ, ना हैं फजूल किस्म की चीज़ें बना के हैं इतना खा लेता हूँ। रात को अफ्तारी के बाद मुसीबत ही पड़ी रहे, सुबह उठना मुश्किल हो जाए रोज़े के लिए। और हैं तो अपनी रूटीन वही रखो, तभी मज़ा है सहरी का। हमने तो एक बना लिया हुआ है इसको, एक सहरी में हमने ज़रूर कोई ख़ास चीज़ खानी है और अफ्तारी में ज़रूर ख़ास चीज़ खानी है। एवं बिला वजह का ख़र्च बढ़ा देते हैं हम, खाने का भी खर्च बढ़ जाता है और पेट अलहदा ख़राब हो जाता है हैं। और रोज़ा रख के फिर सारा दिन सुस्ती रहती है। रोज़े का मज़ा तो तब है कि जो रूटीन का तुम्हारा खाना है वही खाओ और वही उसी से रोज़ा रखो और उसी से रोज़ा खोलो, ठीक है
जी।
और जो तुम्हारे लेविश किस्म की इफ्तारियाँ में जो पैसे बच जाते हैं ना, वो किसी चैरिटी में दे दो, गरीबों अच्छा, ठीक है, चलो
जी।
नेक्स्ट।
One girl asked about whether enjoying the comforts of the world was compatible with one's faith as a Muslim.
If you are discharging your duties towards religion, you are offering 5 daily prayers with full concentration, and you are doing justice with your prayers, and you are praying istighfar and remembering Allah Ta'ala during the daytime, and you are not doing bad things. And if you are doing at the same time, you are doing your own job and working with somebody and getting enough money, and you are working and doing a lucrative job where you get enough money, then although you are earning money and you are enjoying the worldly things as well, you are using your car, you are wearing good dress, and you are living in a good house. These are all the things which are necessary for today's life, and they give you comfort and ease, and you can enjoy them. But you should not go after only these worldly things and forget Allah Ta'ala. If you remember Allah Ta'ala and achieve all these things and use all these things for the betterment of your life, for your children, for your family, then you can do it. It only means that those people who think that this world is the only thing we have to live in, and we should forget about our duties we owe to Allah Ta'ala, then it becomes a hell for you. It becomes, although in your eyes it becomes a paradise for you, but in the eyes of Allah Ta'ala, it is not good for you. But for a person who always discharge the duties towards Allah Ta'ala and discharge his duty towards his fellow being and follow all the commandments of Allah Ta'ala, then it might be somehow hard for him to discharge all these duties, and he feel uncomfortable sometime, but even then, people may think that it is a hell for him, but Allah Ta'ala says, although you think it is hell for him, but he is making paradise in the heaven, in the hereafter, right? So you can enjoy all these worldly things, but at the same time, discharge your duty towards Allah Ta'ala and follow all the commandments which Allah Ta'ala has given. ठीक है? और
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Pyare Huzur.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Zaiva Khan, and my question is, if someone says that they believe in Ahmadiyyat and follow the practices, but they have not done Bai'at, wouldn't he or she still be considered as Ahmadi?
You see, if he says that he accepts, he believes in Ahmadiyyat and does not do Bai'at, it means he is trying to avoid the actual condition of joining the Jamaat. Hazrat Masih Maud Islam has asked that a person who believes in him should do Bai'at, so that he becomes a part and parcel of the Jamaat and come into the fold of the Jamaat, right? And then follow the rules and regulations of the Jamaat. If he says he believes in Ahmadiyyat, okay, he says that, okay, I believe that Prophet Messiah Islam is the right person who was to come in the latter days and whose advent was foretold by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, but he does not initiate in the hands of Prophet Messiah Islam or his Khulafa and join the Jamaat of Prophet Messiah Islam, then we can say he is a good person, but we cannot say that he is an Ahmadi. Right? Huh?
So Bai'at is really necessary?
Bai'at is very necessary because it is written in the Quran that the Holy Prophet ﷺ used to take Bai'at, and then after that Prophet Messiah also started Bai'at. That this is a system which has been started by the Prophet Messiah, and when you do the Bai'at, then you will follow all the conditions of the Bai'at. This is why there are some conditions of the Bai'at. When you do Bai'at, then you will have to follow all those conditions. If even after doing Bai'at you do not follow the conditions of the Bai'at, then we can say that you have done Bai'at verbally and you have shown that you have done Bai'at, but you are not following the true teaching. So the person who does Bai'at and does not follow the conditions of the Bai'at is also not a good person. And a person who believes in Prophet Messiah Islam and do not do Bai'at, he is also not following the conditions of acceptance of the Prophet Messiah Islam. Right?
Jazakallah.
This is why I have given series of sermons and discourses and addresses with regards to conditions of bath. So you should read my sermon book of the conditions of the bath. Then you would know that what are your duties after having accepted as Muslim Islam and done bath. ठीक है ना? अच्छा और?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, my beloved Huzur.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Sarah Saman, and my question is, what is the best way to convince a non-Muslim that burying a dead body is more respectful than cremation?
You see, there are traditions in each and every religion. Even Hindus, they cremate their bodies, dead bodies. And even Christians now do the same thing. But the best way of giving respect to the dead body is that you cover it in a cloth and put it in a coffin and then bury it under the ground and then put some gravestone on it and then you will remember it. So this is the best way. Instead of destroying the body or by burning it, so the best way is to keep it as it is, and then leave it to God. After some time, the body itself will get rotten, and only bones will be left there. So this is what Islam has taught us, that the best way to respect the dead body is to cover with the cloth and bury it. This is why we have adopted this tradition, and this is the best way which from the very early age people used to do. Every religion has their own way of giving respect to their dead bodies, and this is the way Islam says that we should adopt, and we have been doing it. Right?
Jazakallah.
If we don't argue and say something ill about their teachings, why should they argue and say something about our religion or make some objections on our religion's teachings? No? So you say, I think instead of discussing these petty matters, we should live amicably and leave aside what our traditions are. But we should respect each other. This is the best way of living together.
Jazakallah.
At the end, Hazur Anwar, may Allah be his helper, received a report on the nearby dams and the effects of flooding.
हजूर अनवर 2 वीक पहले जमात ने उसको गहरा भी किया था और बड़ा भी किया है, तो लेकिन इन बारिशों में पानी से वो भर गया है और जब ओवरफ्लो हुआ है तो मस्जिद की पार्किंग या रोड्स पे पानी नहीं आया, बल्कि पीछे ही जिस तरफ से पानी आ रहा है उधर पानी वापस जा रहा है। तो मस्जिद के एरिया में यानी कि पार्किंग या मस्जिद की जो रोड्स हैं ड्राइव,
एक गवर्नमेंट का भी तो डैम है यहाँ बहुत बड़ा सिडनी में या इस एरिया में, वो डैम जो है जो सप्लाई करता है वाटर सप्लाई।
जी हुजूर, वो ओवरफ्लो हुआ है और उसके एरिया में कुछ घर उन्होंने एवैक्यूएट करवाए हैं। तो ये अब जो मैं मस्जिद के डैम की बात कर रही हूँ, ये मस्जिद के
ये इस वक्त जो तस्वीर है ये मौजूदा सूरत है मस्जिद की नज़र आ रही है डैम की।
जी हुजूर।
तो ये अभी काफ़ी जगह है, इसमें काफ़ी पानी भर सकता है। ये तो काफ़ी नीचे है वाटर लेवल अभी।
जी पानी काफ़ी नीचे है।
चलो ठीक है, बारिश भी नहीं हो रही इस वक्त।
जी हुजूर, चंद मिनट पहले बहुत तेज़ बारिश छत पे सुनाई दे रही थी, अभी नहीं हो रही है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
चलो ठीक है, चलो फिर अल्लाह हाफिज़ दोस्त। अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह।
वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
वालेकुम सलाम।
जज़ाकुमुल्लाह हसनल जज़ा हुजूर।